Hey guys, thanks for joining me. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over 5 reasons to do sandbag training or 5 benefits to doing sandbag training. So let's jump straight into the video. So at number 1, we have it is an odd and awkward lift, which makes it more functional. So if we're looking at typical gym equipment, like a dumbbell or a barbell or a trap bar or different exercises like this, even slightly a kettlebell, these things have been designed in a way to make them efficient to lift. In real life, we are never picking up stuff that is perfectly symmetrical, where weight is evenly distributed through the whole thing, and it allows us to actually go right up to a bar like a deadlift and stand up with it and grab it. In real life, when we're picking up stuff, it's awkward. It isn't evenly balanced, it isn't evenly weighted, and this is where something like a sandbag comes in, because it is an awkward shape. If you have a bag that is bigger but you haven't filled it way up, it's going to sag on one side, which makes it going to be very, very difficult to grab. It's hard to get your body around, so you have to really hug it and hold it. So you start using muscles you wouldn't normally use because you have to grip this thing. As you pick it up, the weight will slump around and move, which means you have to work and use your core more efficiently, because like in strongman training or anything like that, they do odd lifts because they are more functional. They're more likely something you're going to use in everyday life. We're not picking up things that are perfectly designed to be lifted up. So if we train with something like a sandbag, it's going to give us more of a functional strength. It's going to give us the ability that, for instance, you need to pick up someone or drag someone or put someone over your shoulder or anything like that, where someone could go dead weight, when it's not evenly distributed. That is going to be more functional than having, say, pick up something like a trap bar, which is perfectly designed for you to get in, weight is evenly distributed, and it's meant to be picked up. This is going to make training, functional training or strength training, more functional in general, just by its mere design. So at number 2 is it's easy to make progress with something like this, or even regress it. If you pick a sandbag, especially if you pick one with, you can have multiple different size sandbags, but let's say you went for just one sandbag. If you are feeling weaker, you can take sand out. If you are feeling stronger, you can add sand to it. I bought a 80 kilo bag, filled it all the way up, and it was very, very heavy. I could pick it up 1 or 2 times, but that was about it. So all I did was take sand out and put it down to maybe 40, 50 kilos. So now I can do reps of it. Now I can do it as sort of like a power or a conditioning workout, and something that I actually use in my sort of cardio days. And as I get stronger, or that weight becomes too easy for me banging out 10, 15 reps, whatever I'm doing, I can always then add extra weight, whatever increment I want to use it as, and I can add it to make it more progressively stronger. And as I get stronger or fitter, it gets fitter and stronger with me. And if I need to, I can get another bag in the future. So this thing is very, very easy to make it progressive. So at number 3 is it uses your whole entire body. Like, I challenge anyone to grab a heavy sandbag off the floor and try and isolate just their legs, or try and make it just a posterior movement or anything like that. This is something where you're going to be using your whole entire body. Like, you'll be surprised, just by going down there and trying to bear hug this thing, you're going to be activating your chest muscles just to try and squeeze it and hold it in place. And there's competitions where people pick up a heavy sandbag, and the object of it is just to hold it in place. Your chest muscles are going to be feeling, your biceps are going to be feeling by trying to hold it in place. Your forearms, when you're trying to grab it and the weight is shifting around, it's going to use muscles you wouldn't normally use, because it has that uneven or odd lift complexity to it, which makes it very, very difficult to be able to manage and to be able to hold. So you're going to be using muscles you wouldn't normally use. Plus, you just try picking this thing up, it's going to challenge your posterior chain. If you try doing flips over your shoulders, you're going to be activating the power in your sort of your glutes and your hamstrings and your lower back complex, which is very good for explosive and strength ability. You're able to pick it up and fling up. Just by flinging it up onto your shoulders, you can do squats with it. Because it's only on one side, your core is going to have to be used to be able to try and stabilize yourself. Doing loaded carries with this thing, it's going to work your whole entire body. So this is something that is very, very simple, but you can do lots of different exercises with it, but it challenges your whole different body. Something as simple as just trying to pick this off the floor, roll up and try and do a clean and press is so much more taxing and more difficult, and you're going to be using more muscles than if you were to use, say, a dumbbell or a barbell. So this thing uses your whole entire body. So if you wanted one piece of equipment that's going to be really, really challenging, a sandbag is going to be a perfect option for you. So at number 4 is this can be used for both strength, power, and conditioning. So I want to break that up slightly for you, because some people confuse strength and power and try and make them that they're the same thing. Well, the thing is, when you're doing strength or power training, you may be using the same muscle fibers, the type 2X muscle fibers or the fast twitch muscle fibers, but the way in which your body kind of does the movement is going to be different. So for instance, if we're doing strength training, it's something that maybe, say, 75, ideally sort of 80% and upwards, so 5 reps or lower. This is literally pure high intensity of your very high percentage of what you can maximally lift. This thing isn't moving fast, it's literally like a grinding rep, and you're lifting with everything that you've got. Where if you think of something like power usually, typically, this is what people get confused with when they try doing power training, a lot of the time it's anything from say 30% up to maybe maximally sort of 60%, but usually 30 to 50% of what your 1 rep max is. You do typically the same amount of reps, you typically rest for the same period of time because you're using the same energy system, but the object of it is to move it as fast as you can. I'm not just saying like quick bicep curls, it's on about being explosive and powerful and moving something with power and with speed. So again, if you're doing something like a kettlebell swing, it's not about just going through the motions, it's about how can I quickly, bang, get that explosive power into the movement. If you're picking up a sandbag, it's about grabbing down and throwing it over your shoulder as fast and explosive as you possibly can. So even though they're using the sort of same energy systems, that require the same rest periods, and they typically may use the same muscles, they are different in how you approach them. So you have a lighter weight. So for instance, with this, you could load up really, really heavy, or if you have multiple ones, you could use different ones for different exercises, but you would grab a bag, something that was heavy, 5 reps or lower, and you could pick it up, do clean and presses, do flips over it, maybe even just do like really heavy walks or loaded walks with it, up onto your shoulder, whatever you want. You can use it for a strength exercise. If you want to get into power, take some of the weight out, start doing like throws with it, or flips like this, or whatever you want to do, just bang, clean and presses with it, explosively, bang, bang, and throw it as far as you can. Lots of different exercises you can do from a power standpoint as well. And when it comes to conditioning, something that I typically use it in the sort of power and conditioning sort of idea is I might add it in with other exercises. So a workout which I typically do might be 10 sandbag throws over the shoulder with 10 kettlebell swings, maybe even 10 calories on the air bike, and then I'll repeat that process. You'll be surprised if you start cracking out 10-15 reps of a good weight that you can lift with power, and you're able to keep up that intensity for the whole duration of the reps. You're not like grinding through it. This thing will get your heart rate up very, very quickly. So it's something, a tool that you can use for both strength, for power and conditioning. So at number 5, and this is sort of like a bonus of ideas and kind of like 2 main things that you can kind of utilize this with. The first one is it's potentially free. So if you wanted to, there's plenty of websites where they will teach you how to do it. If you want to get a canvas bag or get different like duffel bags and things like that, you can make your own sandbag. Plus, if you live somewhere where there's the sea, like I do, you can go to the beach and you can fill this up for free. So basically it's potentially an item that is potentially free. The other thing is it sort of turns into a portable gym. So if you wanted to empty this thing, drive to the beach or drive somewhere you can utilize the sand or whatever it is, and you can fill it up, do your workout, empty it, put it back in the car. Other than that, let's say you already had sand in it, pick this thing up, put it in the back of the car, drive wherever you want to go and do a workout, and then you can do your workout and put it back in the car. Doesn't take up a lot of room. Yes, it might be get heavy to get in and out depending on what weight you've got, but this thing is pretty portable, and the fact that you can utilize and work out your whole entire body makes it in a way kind of like a portable gym if you want to. Like if you really need to, I'm sure you could bend down with this thing and you could start doing rows of it. So you can pretty much hit your whole entire body with this piece of equipment. So guys, I hope you found this video useful. I hope it sort of got you into the idea of like, I wouldn't mind giving sandbag training a go. It was something that I saw that I thought might be quite fun to do. I've got it and I really enjoy it, and it's a different form of training, and even though I predominantly focus on calisthenics, it's quite nice to add in some exercises that will allow me to have that functionality of strength, picking up things and throwing it around, feel explosive, feel athletic and feel powerful. The sandbag is something that you can add in that is really, really beneficial. So guys, if you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. It does help the channel to grow. If you want more content like this, or calisthenics content, or fitness content in general, hints and tips guides, product reviews, or anything like that, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icons for future video notifications. And if you have any questions, please comment down below and I'll do my best to help you out. With that out of the way guys, I'll see you in the next video.